Hi everyone, today's video is going to be some of my favorite makeup products, but I don't know, maybe this is not really a distinction, but to me it is. This is going to be about makeup that makes me happy, that when I look at it in my collection or if I pull it out, it just makes me smile and it makes me feel good. And there's going to be kind of a theme, I'm sure you can guess it, and there's going to be a lot of eyeshadow because if you follow me, you know eyeshadow is my favorite. So there's a lot of eyeshadow that makes me happy. So I just pulled out some things that really stuck out, and I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. So first, something that makes me happy because it makes me feel real bougie and I feel fancy putting it on every day are these. These are the Guerlain Meteorites. They are the most beautiful powder I've ever used. They're little balls. They smell delicious. They're perfumed. I don't know, just kind of like a sweet perfume. They're beautiful, and I love the way they look on my face. And I just love, I don't know, like it's kind of stupid, I realize that, but it just makes me feel bougie and fancy every day that I use them, and I just love them, and they make me happy. Next, I have the Pirates of the Caribbean Lorac Cheek Palette. I'm using this Lost Soul as a bronzer today. I like it as a bronzer a lot. And I love Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like one of my favorite movies. I love Johnny Depp. He's my favorite actor. And I love all of these items. Like, every single product in here just makes, it works for me. It looks nice on my skin. I feel like they're beautiful. And I just love them. I just love them. And it makes me happy, and I love to pull it out and just look at it. I also have, a dip in this Lost Soul shade. I really want to hit pan on it, but it just makes me happy to know I have it. Kind of similarly, the Lorac Beauty and the Beast palette. This makes me happy because I have so much pan on it. This is by far the most used eyeshadow palette I've ever owned. It's my Panda palette for this year, if you don't know. I have it on today, and I feel like I can get so many looks out of it. And I just love looking at it and knowing that I've used up so much. Now, I know for other people, this is not a lot of progress for their Panda palette. I know other people get through theirs a lot quicker, and that's fine. I haven't, but I've used it a lot, and it makes me happy to know that I'm getting a lot of use out of this item. Next, I have this guy. This is the MAC Nico Panda face powder. It's the Gleamer face powder in the shade Color Me Nico. And it's got a panda. And if you don't know, pandas are my favorite terrestrial animal. And on the inside, there's also a little panda, and it's beautiful on my face. I also got this my last day in Savannah, or one of my last days in Savannah. We had bottomless mimosas with some of my friends from work, and John was there, obviously. And it was just a really great day, and it just, I don't know, I just had so much fun, and I loved Savannah. I had the best time there. I spent 3 years there getting my master's, and this kind of reminded me of that. And I know that I got it my last day, but it kind of embodies that for me, and it's a panda. I like pandas, so this guy. Kanga, are you sitting on something? Kanga has come to join us. You can't see her, but she's right here. Sometimes she sits on my makeup. She did sit on a few things. Okay, Kanga. Next, I have this guy. These are the Mally, what are they called? Evercolor Shadow Stick Extra. And I love cream shadows. I feel like people are over them, and I'm not. I still love them. And these are some of my favorites, honestly. I mentioned them in my top 10 favorite makeup or high-end makeup items, and I love these. And these were some of the first I got. I got 2 sets, one that was Elsa and one that was Anna, and had a bunch of Mally products in it. And each set had 2 of these shadow sticks, so I have 4. And then I bought another one, so I actually have 5. But they're Frozen, and so Frozen came out. I've done this quite a few times. I've told many people this story, but I love Disney. It's not a secret. I have Mickey Mouse on my shirt today, and I love Disney. I love everything Disney. I like what it embodies. It makes me happy, and I feel like if you're at Disney World, nothing bad can happen to you. And I know that's a really naive thought, and it's not necessarily true, but I love it. I love everything about it. But a lot of times they'll come out with these animated movies, and I just don't want to watch them. I'm like, oh, whatever, I'm sure it's fine. And every time I think that and I go watch them, I love it. And one of the first ones that happened with was Frozen. I was like, I'm not into stupid comedy, and a lot of the trailers had a lot of the Olaf Josh Gad character. And I was like, that looks dumb. I have zero desire to watch it. And I was with my mom and grandmother down in Florida, and my grandmother was like, I really want to go see Frozen. So I was like, all right, yeah, we can go. And it was amazing. And it's funny. So my brother saw it, my sister saw it, and I saw it. Not together. None of us were together. We all three, do you want to build a snowman? We all three bawled. Like, I'm very close with my family, and my siblings are kind of my everything. And like that song about like just, to me, it's like embodiment of like being your sibling. And like Elsa was like, no, I can't. And I was like, no, but build a snowman with your sister. And like everyone in Joseph's life, my brother says like he's Olaf, and I don't know. The movie means a lot to us as a family, I feel like, and this kind of embodies that for me. So when I use it, I think of my siblings, and they're wonderful. My brother's my best friend. My sister is getting married in a month, and I'm going to be her maid of honor. So, you know, I just love it. Next, we've got the Stila Glitter and Glows. This does not have a sweet, sentimental story. I just think they're beautiful. I have 10 of them. I have 4 full-sized and 6 minis, and I love them. Every day I wear them, I'm just like, whoosh, I'm beautiful. You know how you have that, sometimes you have that makeup that just makes you feel fabulous? These do that, and they're so, so pretty, and I just love them. I just love them, and I love using them. I would wear them every single day if I could. Well, I mean, I could, but like, I don't know. I just love them, and they make me happy. I also really love ColourPop. They have these super shock shadows. Now, I know people got really into them and they got over them. I'm not over them. I still love them. I think they are beautiful on the lid. I think they're so cute in your collection, these little white things. I have resisted. They recently came out with a Disney princess collection, and they included Jasmine. Now, Jasmine, if you don't know, is my favorite princess, and they included Jasmine stuff, and they had like eyeshadows that had the castle on them and highlighters with the castle on them, and an eyeshadow palette, and it had all the princesses together, including Jasmine, and then each one had their own lipstick, and I really, really wanted it, but I have resisted. But I just love ColourPop. I think they're great. I think they have really nice quality products. They're really inexpensive, and I like what they stand for. And so when I see ColourPop in my collection, it makes me happy. Okay, the rest of these are eyeshadow palettes. This is the Too Faced Sugar Pop palette. I've had this for quite a while. This was one of the first palettes that came out. I saw it, and I loved it, and it was higher end, and I bought it, and I just love it. I still love it. This shade, Bubblegum, I feel like it's one of the most unique shades in my collection. I don't feel like I own anything else like it, and it's beautiful. I've almost hit pan on it. I'm sorry, that's Blue Raspberry. Did I say Bubblegum? This one's Bubblegum. I really like the way this looks. These 3 shades, I could kind of do without, if we're being honest, but it makes me happy because I remember buying it, and I remember being so excited. The macaroons, John says it's not, but I kind of feel like it's part of our relationship because on our very first date, we went to a cupcake place, and they were macarons, and I'd never had one at that point, and I really wanted one, but I also really wanted a cupcake, and like I said, it was our first date. We had never met before, and I was like, I don't want to get cupcakes and macarons, and John think I'm a fatty, but I also really want them, so I didn't get them. But now, like, whenever we go somewhere that has them, we always get them because now I don't care. But, you know, first date, you don't know. So, I don't know. It reminds me of him, and I just like it. Next, this is the newest addition to my collection, the Too Faced Gingerbread palette. I love gingerbread. I love the way it smells. I love the way it looks. I love the way it tastes. Love it. Gingerbread and ribbon candy. Like, those 2 things, I'm just like, Christmas. Like, it's magical. I love it. Such a big fan. And this palette is a gingerbread palette. The names are really cute. I've done a floor review. I've done a look. I've done a do you really need it? I just love it. I just do. I think the quality is there. I think you're going to get a lot of good looks out of it. It's a warm tone palette. So a lot of people probably have similar shades. I personally did not own a warm tone palette. So for me, it was good. This shade, Hot Toddy, really unique. I just love it, and it makes me happy, and I love knowing that I have a gingerbread palette because it's Christmas and magical, and I love Christmas. Next, Minnie Mouse. Do I need to say more? I love Disney. I love it, and I love this palette. I think it's so cute. I think it's pretty nice quality. There's a couple of shades that aren't so great, but just looking at it and being like, oh, look, Minnie Mouse. It just makes me happy. Makes me happy to know I have Disney makeup. Why don't we just go ahead and talk about it? Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. I love that this is a book, first of all. I think the way they did this is beautiful. I don't think this packaging could be any better. I love that the colors that they used are actually colors from the movie. I just think that was really unique. I think it's done really well. It's a really nice quality. It's just beautiful. Everything about it is beautiful. The shadows are beautiful, and it makes me happy to look at. It just does. You knew I was going to say it. The Rock Pirates of the Caribbean eyeshadow palette. Again, I love pirates. I do. I know Dead Men Tell No Tales did not have very good reviews. I loved it so much. Literally, like, we were sitting there, and I was freaking out the whole time. And, you know, the underwater scenes was like, look at that aquapora, look at that, look at that. Because I am a marine biologist, and I don't know, I just love it, and it just, like, it makes me happy, and it kind of reminds me of my childhood, because, like, I really got into pirates, like, when it first came out, and I've never been over it. I love the ride at Disney World. I've never been to the one at Disneyland, because I've never been to Disneyland, but if you don't know, the Disneyland Pirates of the Caribbean is twice as long as the Disney World Pirates of the Caribbean, so I really want to go. Plus, I just really want to go to Disneyland anyway, because I've never been, and I want to go to all 6 Disneys. I've only been to Orlando, but I love it. I love it. Also, besides just the fact that I like the packaging and the fact that it's the compass, I think the compass is a really cool feature of the Pirates movies. You know, like it points to the things you want most in the world. I like that. I just think that's cool. Also, the shades in here, really unique, really cool assortment, and makes some beautiful looks. Okay, and last but not least, Alice Through the Looking Glass. It's Disney. It's Johnny Depp. I think the way they did it's really cool. They also have this butterfly. I never found out, but Alan Rickman died soon after making this movie, and he was the voice of the butterfly. So, you know, that's kind of cool. It says here, I'm not strange, weird, off, nor crazy. My reality is just different than yours. And I like that a lot. I think that's a cool little saying. And I just think it's beautiful. I love the shadows. Obviously, I've hit pan on one. I love when I've hit pan on something, so that makes me happy too. But I just love this palette. I think it's beautiful and well done. And it's colorful, and I love color. And I just look at it, and I'm like, oh, Disney. Okay. This is the Urban Decay Urban Spectrum palette. From the outside, I like this packaging doesn't make me excited. This makes me excited. It is all shimmer, all color, all beautiful. I'm using this for my sister's wedding. We're going to use this shade, and I think this shade for her. I'm using this shade because she's much fairer than I am, and she's got blonde hair and blue eyes. So besides the fact that her skin tone is lighter, she's also just fair in general. But I love this. These shades are so impactful and so gorgeous, and I can't think of a better palette. If you want like some standout beautiful shimmer shades, the Urban Spectrum palette's beautiful, and I love looking at it, and it makes me happy. The Smashbox Masterclass Volume 4. This is like a rainbow of beauty. Like, I think the packaging is really cool. But also, to me, the way they have it set up is just really aesthetically pleasing. Similarly to the Sephora Minis World in Color, there are some duds in here. There are some shades that I do not like. I've done a whole video on my favorite shades in every palette and my least favorite shades, so I'll link those below. But this one does have some duds, but it's so beautiful. I love the lines. I don't know. It just makes me happy. These, what do you call it? Highlighters are amazing. I like the blushes. I just like them. I like everything about it. And it makes me happy. And last but not least, is it last? The Too Faced Clover palette. My channel is called Becky Loves Kanga because of Kanga Noel Fublin, my dog. Here, she's right here. Do you want to come up here? I'm sure you've seen her before, but here she is. She was just taking a nap. She's a long-haired miniature dachshund. Yes, thank you. She's dappled. She has on her Halloween collar, of course, but she is my puppy. And so I understand, like, Jared wanting to do a palette based on his dog. I know some people are like, that's a little weird. That's a little personal. No. If I had a makeup line, which is not really in my plan, but if I ever did, you can bet there would be 74,000 dachshund and Kanga themed things, as well as his hippocampus. He is, I don't know, I guess he's in there with John. There would be some hippocampus things too, because they're my babies and I love them. And like, look at this face. Don't you want an eyeshadow palette, like with this face on it? I would. So I love that Jared did it. I love that he went all out. I love this little narwhal. I think he's cute. The panda, again, my favorite terrestrial animal. It's very cutesy, but I like it. Also, the inside, how much fun is that? I think he did a really great job. It's colorful, but it's got a lot of really nice neutrals to like ground it. And it's just pretty. And I just like it. And I like everything about it. I like what it stands for. And I also like, I think they gave 10% of proceeds to like a charity for homeless pets. I think it was 10%. It might have been more. I'm not sure. But I like that as well. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of times makeup, they try to make a statement with it as far as like a political statement, or I wouldn't say dog rescuing is political, but something, you know, along those lines. But they don't really do anything about it. Like, Hourglass came out with those girl stylo lipsticks, and they were all like empowering women, like names, but they didn't do anything. Like, they didn't donate any money to a good charity or like raise awareness. But this did, and I appreciate that. So, yeah. That is all of the makeup that just makes me happy. Obviously, I enjoy using it as well, but even if I didn't, just like seeing it in my collection, it just makes me want to smile. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you thought it was fun. Yeah, as always, if you have any questions, requests, suggestions, comments, go ahead and leave those down below, and I'll just see you all real soon. Bye.